Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have another Dino Escape figure to take a look at today. We've had quite a bit of Mattel up here on the channel recently, and that, my friends, is not a bad thing. It's nice to get some new Mattel up here on the channel, as there was a little lengthy period of time where we weren't really getting too much stuff, and now we have quite a bit of it. So our Mattel review today is going to be the Wild Chompin Carnotaurus Toro. So of course it's a Carnotaurus, why wouldn't it be? And this is one that I was really excited about. I actually am a big fan of the Velociraptor Blue and Indominus versions that they have released prior with this same similar adorable kind of a look. But we now have the Carnotaurus Toro version, which has just released. And I will say he looks incredibly nice here as far as the figure goes. Really beautiful for sure. And then, of course, as far as the box art goes, we have an image down here kind of showing off some of the action features of our Carnotaurus Toro, the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous logo up there, as well as the Dino Escape logo down here, and Darius to the left of the box. And then on the back of the box, we again have more images here kind of showing us some of the action features of our Wild Chompin Carnotaurus. So let's go ahead, break him out of the package, and take a look at him right now. And here is our insanely cute little baby Carnotaurus Toro, and he really does look quite nice. I think that Mattel has done a great job yet again on this figure. This is the third one that we've had in this style, and each time they come up with new unique ideas for the figures as far as action features go, and of course a different species every time. And I really think that this one might be my favorite. And it's probably just because I'm partial to Carnotaurus, but it also looks like a beautiful figure. Really nice looking vibrant detail on the figure I can see straight away. And I actually just tested the action feature out just a moment ago when I got it out of the box, and I will say that action feature is really quite adorable. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at this really cool Wild Chompin Carnotaurus right now. So starting up here at the head sculpt of our Carnotaurus, you can see again that the detailing here in the face area of the Carnotaurus is really nice and very vibrant looking. Like it really stands out as far as the scale detail goes. You have the nostrils sculpted out right there, some nice scoots running down here up above the palate area as well as above the eye socket. You have some more running right here and also up here leading up into the trademark Carnotaurus horn. You can see the horn also looks really quite beautiful as far as a detailing standpoint goes. There's like some nice cracks and crevices included in there. The eye is painted with a yellow and given a nice black pupil, but there seems to be kind of like a reddish coloration there around the eye on like the outer edge, and I think that might just be some of like the reddish brown that we have here, but it gives the eye kind of a little bit of variation of color, so it looks quite nice. The lower jaw is painted with a white, and again you can see how beautiful the actual sculpt and detail is down there. You have the teeth that are all sculpted out really quite nicely, painted with an off-white bordering on a yellow, so they have a bit more of a realistic appearance to them. The tongue inside the mouth as well is really highly detailed. Like look at the texturing on the tongue right there. That is just gorgeous looking detail. The upper side of the inside of the mouth also looks pretty nice, but there's not too much going on. That tongue, however, looks incredible. And there's a really nice realistic coloration for the inside of the mouth. You can see a nice glossy look there, kind of on those skin flaps at the side of the mouth as well. So it has a very nice wet look in there. Again, you have this nice kind of a reddish or orangish brown, and then up here on the top of the Carnotaurus, you have that darker brown, almost like a chocolate bar brown, and that runs all over the upper side of the Carnotaurus. And you can also see again how nice the actual horns look from up here. You also have a little button up here on the top of the head, which we will use that here in a moment and get to the action features, but you can see some nice ridges running down along the back of the Carnotaurus. The texturing to the skin, the scale detail looks really nice up here on the top of the head. As you lead down into the body, you can see our adorable Carnotaurus neck right there as we go down, but there's not much of a neck. It's just very small, but when we push the action feature, you absolutely will see more of that neck here in a moment. But you can see again some nice osteoderms and ridges running along the course of the Carnotaurus, which is something that we always see associated with Carnotaurus, as well as in the Jurassic World films. You see it there, and it's nicely displayed in the sculpt of our Carnotaurus. You can see that dark brown, however, does cut off a little bit after like the hip area up here on the back, so it does taper off, and we don't have any paint out onto the tail, unfortunately. However, the detailing aspect of the side of the Carnotaurus looks really good. Again, the actual scale detail on this figure is really vibrant as far as the way it is just kind of popping on the model. I also love that the Carnotaurus has kind of like a pudgy belly, like he's got almost like a pot belly on him. He looks incredibly cute for that reason, and you can also see that we do have some very nice Carnotaurus arms, and they are articulated, so they move quite nicely, which is pretty cool to see some articulation in our incredibly small Carnotaurus arms. We do have very nicely sculpted out feet, as we have some nice scoots down the course of the toes, and we do have nail paint down here on the feet, exactly as it should, and it's very nice and glossy as well, painted with a nice dark gray. Don't know, we do have dew claws, but unfortunately the actual paintwork is not present on the dew claws. But you can see that the scale detail is beautifully sculpted out here on the sides of the feet. As we lead back up into the leg, you can see some nice muscle definition in both the thigh and calf region, as well as, again, some more really nice skin texture, some nice scoots and osteoderms and stuff poking up here and there in the thigh region. And then we lead out into the tail. We have a very small baby-like tail with a really nice downward curve to the tail, as well as, again, some more incredibly nice detailing throughout the entire figure. And then if you look at the underside, even the underside of the feet, it's pretty nicely sculpted out, nothing over the top, but it does look quite nice. And we also have a little patch of that like white that we see on the lower jaw down here in the stomach region. Of course, you're really not going to see any difference as far as the sculpt goes on this side in comparison to what we had just seen on the previous side, as our Carnotaurus is standing completely straight forward. The legs are both in the exact same position. The arms are in the same position, I guess, depending on how you articulate them. But what we do have on this side, of course, is that trademark wound on the face of Carnotaurus Toro, and that is nicely applied with a nice glossy red. Unfortunately, they did not actually sculpt out the wound, just applied that kind of reddish paint to the face. It would have been nicer had they actually sculpted out the wound, but it still doesn't look terrible, and they did at least get it, you know, on the correct side and everything as far as the figure goes, which Mattel usually never has a problem as far as the accuracy of their paint. Like, for instance, like with Velociraptor Blue, they always place the blue stripes correctly, and also with Carnotaurus Toro, they always get the wound on the correct side of the face. You can also see that this eye is painted really beautifully, just like we had seen on the previous eye, where we have that kind of like outer border of like a reddish coloration that runs around the outer rim of the eye, and then a nice yellow and a huge black pupil looking, again, very baby-like. So as far as a sculpt and paintwork aspect, this Carnotaurus Toro is absolutely adorably awesome. And now for our extraordinarily adorable action features. First of all, we have a button up here on the top of the head, and once we press that, you can see our little Carnotaurus Toro goes to sleep, or you could just have him blink his eyes, and he does make noises, obviously. So that is really cool, and once you actually close the eyes, you can see that even the eyelids themselves are really, really nicely sculpted. Like, there is some beautiful skin texture behind those eyelids right there, but I think that was a really cool idea on the part of Mattel, and again, very innovative, something that I have not seen as far as these figures go previously. And then we also have a button here on the underside of the tail, and this one is incredibly cute. So once we push this one, I even love the baby-like sounds, like he has super cute baby-type Carnotaurus noises. I really like that action feature. Obviously not the most realistic action feature, and once you actually extend the neck, you can see how incredibly thin and small it is, but it's just super adorable looking. So definitely a really fun action feature as far as both the eyes and that jaw-snapping, neck-extending action feature. Really, really quite cool. As far as a size goes for our Carnotaurus, from the snout to the tail, you're looking at right around 10 inches or about the 25, maybe 25.5 centimeter mark. And then for a height, the top of the horn would be the highest point. You were looking at about 6 3/4 inches or about 17, closing in on 17.5 centimeters. You can't exactly see that there because of the positioning of the figure, but that was definitely what the size was. So as far as a size comparison goes, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex sneaking up behind our Carnotaurus, as well as the Attack Pack Colovosaurus and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World toy line next to our Wild Chompin Carnotaurus, and you can definitely see again that the figure, even though being a baby, still sports a pretty darn big size to him, especially in comparison to Mr. Papo Rex there, who is a pretty large figure, and the Carnotaurus is significantly larger. He's also taller, but he's just bigger in general with body mass. But again, hopefully these figures next to this Carnotaurus will help give you a good idea of the size. So this absolutely adorable Mattel Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Dino Escape Wild Chompin Carnotaurus Toro is beautiful. He's really nicely sculpted, and I love, again, these baby dinosaur figures that they've been releasing with the Velociraptor Blue, which was the initial one, and then it was followed up with the Indominus Rex, and now we also have a Carnotaurus Toro, which I am over the moon excited about because my favorite dinosaur of all time is Carnotaurus, so having a Carnotaurus Toro baby, as well as a colossal Carnotaurus, and the many other variants of Carnotaurus is pretty much like a dream come true if you ask me. Just keep bringing on the Carnotaurus because I will take as much as Mattel can deliver. Another really fun Carnotaurus Toro figure with a beautiful sculpt. The detailing aspect on this figure is actually really, really well done, like potentially even better than some other more recent Mattel figures because the actual detailing looks super, super vibrant on this. Like the detailing on the colossal Carnotaurus, I would say, is about as equally as vibrant as what I'm seeing here on this baby version. So it really pretty much jumps out at you as far as a detailing standpoint goes. The sculpt is adorable looking as well, really nicely portraying that baby type of a look with the kind of oversized head, oversized feet, and of course the smaller tail. And I love the fact that he's got kind of a pot belly, which Carnotaurus Toro is really displayed in the show as being a big bad meanie. However, looking at the baby, how can you not help but love him? He's so cute. The paintwork on the Carnotaurus is also really nicely done. All of it looks nice as far as the actual application goes. None of it looks like paint on a figure. It all generally looks like really nice body color for the most part, and you also have that really nicely painted eye, which is, I think, one of my favorite areas of the figure. The action feature as well, both of them are really nicely done. I love the ability to close his eyes and kind of make him look like he's sleeping or just generally blinking, as well as that really fun snapping feature with the jaws, which is just incredibly cute the way that they've created that. And all of it works perfectly and is also something that's new and fresh and kind of innovative when it comes to this style dinosaur. Again, I'm so impressed with the fact that Mattel can continue to find new action features for these figures and make them as nice as they are. So this Carnotaurus Toro, the Wild Chompin Carnotaurus, is absolutely awesome and a definite recommendation from me. I don't know for sure if it's going to show up in Target or not quite yet, as they haven't really put too much stuff out in my area. I ordered this on Amazon.com, so if you are interested, I will include a link to Amazon.com where you can purchase it, again, where I purchased mine. But one way or another, make sure you pick up this adorable Carnotaurus Toro, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.